Cork in the North, ladies and gentlemen. How we all doing? Welcome back to another episode. Myself, Andrew Ryan. Before we crack on with this episode, listen. Will you just listen? We've hit an iceberg, but the Doyen pub have pulled up on a life raft. Okay, and we have jumped on. And because we've jumped on, the Doyen pub on the Lisburn Road has given us a code that you can use, Cork25, to get 25% off your food Wednesday to Saturday. No drink, just food. You go down there, take her out. Take her out. Take him out. Take the kids out. Take the grandparents out. Take the in-laws out. Go down, watch a bit of sport, have a bit of dinner, have a bit of a date night. The weather's getting a bit better. The Doyen is open Wednesday to Sunday, but Cork 25, Wednesday to Saturday, gets you 25% off your food. A lot of people have been using it. A lot of people have been going back. In this current climate of cost of living and the expense of eating out, me and the missus don't eat out anymore. Too expensive, but I do go to the Doyen. Why? Because I get 25% off. All right, so it's there for you, the Doyen. The links are below. They're a big sponsor of us, and we're big fans of them. We recently did the show in the Doyen with the new material, and they were absolutely fantastic place to be. What a great venue, what a great setup. And if you did come to that and that was your first time coming to the Doyen pub, please do make sure you pop in. Lots of really cool things happening down there this summer. Lots of comedy, live podcasts, great food, great drink, great sport. The Euros, you can watch it all down there, okay? The Doyen pub, Lisburn Road, check it out. And also, if you like what we do here on the podcast, for the price that's less than a coffee in the current climate, you can sign up to the Patreon. We're giving you 25% off the food, and all we want is £3 a month off you. £3 a month. There isn't a child washed in the house until you signed up. So sign up to the Patreon. It really does help benefit, and also as well as if benefits on the Patreon, they get access to the tour tickets beforehand. I'm announcing something pretty big pretty soon. They'll get access to it. People come and go all the time, but we want you to stay. So £3 on the Patreon. Okay, thank you very much, everybody. The Doyen pub and the Patreon. Gurmila Malgod. Joining me this week in Cork in the North are two people that have come together in help for somebody to get the correct visa to stay within the country. We've got Darren, who's been on the podcast quite a few times before. Darren Matthews, stand-up comedian. And we've also got Jasmine Sierra. Jasmine and Darren, how are you?
I'm good. It's great to hear you say Jazz's name right as well. Fair play to you.
Yes, have you noticed? I've been practicing.
You have.
Did you notice the stall?
Yeah. Do you know what you didn't practice?
Right.
That intro. That was just all improv, man. I love that.
I just went for it.
There is a weird thing as well where whenever people are doing ad reads and podcasts, I feel like we're trying not to let the Jurassic Park dinosaurs see us because we just sit like perfectly.
Yeah.
I was like, don't cough, don't cough. I
Don't
had
want
a
to
cough
get
the
in the
whole
way.
time. It's gone now.
You had to
But yeah.
cough the whole time. That's what I do.
It's
When
good
I
to be
do an
back.
ad read, I cure people.
Yes.
And that's why we love the Doyen.
This is not, I haven't been in the new studio. This is class.
This is class, isn't it? You haven't been in for a while, Darren.
I haven't.
Jasmine, you've been in. Not been in. This was your first time in here, isn't
My
it?
first time on this side, yeah.
On this side. Oh, you've been on other sides.
Yeah, been on up north.
You've been up the other side because we actually shared a studio with Colin Geddes and the Bomb Squad podcast. They're not here at the moment. They're away. They're on tour.
They're in Glasgow, I think.
Glasgow, something like that. Yeah. So they're away doing their stuff with their people.
So we're going to steal some shit while we're here.
We're gonna wreck the gaff. The Bomb Squad.
Too brown to steal.
You're what?
Too brown to steal.
You're too brown to steal.
Yeah.
Why?
I'll go to jail. I don't get deported.
Yeah, but you see, this is what I love about you, Jasmine. You are fighting to stay here, aren't you?
Yeah.
And you're fighting to get a passport.
Yes.
Yeah. Do you want to tell the listeners which passport you're applying for?
Yeah. A passport that'll help me stay. It's called an Ancestry Visa.
Okay, it's the SDI, and which one is it?
It's
The French one, is it? Spanish one?
I wouldn't know.
Oh, no, I wouldn't have that passport.
Yeah. No.
Well, you're very welcome.
Thank you.
We love you because you get it because your family were born in Bermuda.
Yeah.
And Bermuda was
You're telling the people what passport I'm getting.
and Bermuda was invaded by the British, and you get that through the Ancestry one.
Yeah.
So they fucking did something right.
Hang on, let me get this right. Are you from Cork praising colonialism? Careful now. Fucking careful.
I wasn't even born in Cork.
That's it. You weren't?
I wasn't born in Cork.
Wait, whoa, hang on. This is
We've
such
done
a...
this on a previous podcast.
Your life is a lie, man. What is going on?
Yeah, no, I'm from Bordeaux in France. Hello, je suis.
Oh.
No.
What?
Je suis jambon.
You're a jambon?
I am ham. That's all I learned. Hey, I wasn't born in Cork. I was born in a
Wow.
different part of Ireland. Have a guess.
Have a guess.
Which county was I born in?
Where do you make fun of?
We've done this in a previous pod, so we'll skip over quickly. But where was I born?
Where would I think? Was it in Munster?
No, wasn't
No?
born in Munster, man.
Your life is a fucking lie, man.
Oh, don't.
This is
Sean knows
incredible.
this. Sean knows this.
Yeah.
Can I ask Sean? Sean, where was he born?
You still have to guess.
You have to
Fuck.
guess which county.
Right, he wasn't
Quickly.
in Munster.
Pick
were you born in Dublin?
Jasmine,
I don't know
you
enough
pick.
counties.
Wait,
Yes.
Louth.
No.
Well,
Come on, you got
that's
family in
close.
Louth. That was such an obvious one.
No, wasn't born in Loud.
Meath?
No.
Dublin.
No.
He said close to Louth.
Well, no,
I'm
but
getting-
it's close because his
I'm
family's
getting
from
it
there.
starts with an A.
You getting it starts with an A? No. Well, Antrim.
No, that's where I'm from. Armagh.
I was born in Westmead.
No, you weren't.
I was Athlone.
Really?
Yeah.
Is that why you make fun
What's
of a
the name
food
of
all the
the
time?
county?
Yeah.
The name of the county is Westmead.
Westmead.
Yeah.
So do you know where Mead is? It's west of that.
Did you know Ireland used to have 5 provinces?
Did you not know that?
I know. Wait, is that how like the whole like they took the things?
Oh no, this is way before all that.
Oh,
I don't
listen,
know.
Darren is an encyclopedia of Irish history. Darren, explain why we
be
had
on my
5
test,
provinces.
sure.
The fifth. Oh, it won't be on. Not for the passport you're trying to get. That won't be on there.
The name for province in Irish is Cuaige, which means like a fifth or like a part of a fifth. So there used to be 5 provinces, and now there's 4, but we still call them the fifths of Ireland.
So it used to be
Which
Ulster, Munster, Leinster, Connacht, and Meath was its own kingdom.
Yeah.
Right.
That broke up. Now you have the counties of Meath and Westmeath.
Why did it
So
break
that's
up?
a big deal, and they don't like each other. That's
They don't
very
like
fun.
each other. It's like Celtic and Rangers.
Yeah.
They're
Like-
like our North and South Dakota.
Yeah. Or Louisiana.
Louisiana.
Like South Sudan and North Sudan.
Westmeath, man, I didn't even know that.
Macedonia and North Macedonia. But Kerry, they get known in GA terms as the kingdom.
Yeah, where's that from?
So Mead are known as the Royals, aren't they?
The Royal County.
The
Yes,
Royal
'cause it used to
County.
be an actual the high seat of Ireland and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
Hill of Tara.
Yeah,
That's where
Hill
the
of
king
Tara.
lived.
Where the king
Oh.
lived. Hey?
But the last High King of Ireland is buried in Armagh.
Armagh.
Yeah. But you don't need to, Jasmine, you don't need to know this because you're not doing the Irish tests at all for the Irish passport. You're doing the British one.
I just need to know about
So
David
you need to
Bowie.
learn about who killed Princess Diana.
I gotta know.
Right? Who killed Princess Diana?
How many wars and how many World
How many
Cups?
wars? How many World Cups?
That's
and
it.
the hand of God, and why England was robbed in 1960 or 1986.
86.
And then I'll get my red coat.
And then you get your red, then you get your British passport, and then you can fucking live in the South.
I was at a Paddy's Day parade in Boston and they had British redcoats in the parade.
What?
You know, people that recreate wars and shit. And I was like, hey, where's like George Washington and the boys?
No, you want to know about? Okay, I had to go to traffic court. Because,
Traffic court.
Listen,
Just call it court.
if I do anything here, like a speeding, like I have to go to court because of my immigration status. So then I went, but no one prepped me that your judges wear like George Washington, like
Yeah.
Oh, the
wigs.
powdered wigs.
And I had to be so serious, and I was dying.
It's a fetish.
Oh,
They're into it.
I had to look everywhere but their face
Yes, your dandiness.
because everyone before me was like saying your Majesty or something, and I
It
was
was not
Your Majesty.
or your royal. I don't know what they said, but I said
Your Honor.
Your Honour.
No, they didn't say Your Honor. They
did?
said something else, and it was like, oh, I worship you. I don't know. It was
Okay.
weird.
That's
First-
what got up.
Is this a weird
First of
dream you
all,
had?
No,
Jasmine,
it really happened.
what crime did you commit?
I was going 46 in a 40.
Oh, harsh.
Don't get me started.
Harsh.
Don't get me started.
You went over the 10% threshold.
Yeah.
44.
43, you would have been sweet.
Throw the bucket her.
I don't think you understand
Were you
how
near a
slow
school?
I normally drive.
Where were you? Where was it?
The 7 Mile Road.
Right. So you go into you have to go. You get.
Hang on. We shouldn't be getting this woman to admit things on camera.
Why?
Is-
It's already. It's been.
Oh, you've been found guilty? Oh, yeah, that's
been
fine.
found
Yeah,
guilty.
go
I
for
paid
it.
the fine.
Write a book
Right.
about it. It's a big thing
So
here.
you get a letter in the post with just with a
Oh, I
summons.
was terrified to start crying. I've never gotten a speeding ticket in my life.
They're great. They're not good. But it's exciting when you get it because you're like, oh, day in court.
Not
now,
when you have
bit
to
of
go to
crack.
court. If I
Yeah.
could have just paid it.
So you just got a summons straight away. You have to appear at this court. So you turn up and you go in front of a judge. What happens?
And then they say what, like they ask me like what happened, and I tell them.
I was doing 46 and a 40. Mm-hmm. And they say, what were you doing that? And you go, because I was.
Well,
Or
'cause-
whatever.
no, I said because it went from a 60 to a 40, and I didn't slow down in time. And she's like, understandable.
Oh.
Gave me my fine, and it was.
Did you
happy
get
days.
points on a license? What license have you got?
So I have an American license,
Okay.
and I've applied for my license here, so it'll automatically go into that license.
So will you get points? Mm-hmm. So she gave you 3 points, is it?
Aye,
And how much fine?
£200.
That's harsh, man.
And what do points get? Prizes, not in this case.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. You're from the south. Do you guys have a speed awareness course there? Can you
I
get
had to
off
do
points?
that too. I had to do
And
that.
you still got points?
What?
If we do a speed awareness, we don't get the points.
I've done 2 speed awareness courses.
Oh, when you were living in England?
Yeah, I've done 2. Pointless. I remember my first speed awareness course. The guy just goes, "Why are we here?" And I just thought, to beat the sat nav. He goes, "Why do you?" Fuck that joke up. He goes, what?
Edit this.
Sorry,
Edit this.
sorry.
Go.
He goes, "Why do we speed?" And I went, "To beat the sat nav," and everyone laughed, right? And then the second time, I was at the speed awareness course about 2 years later in Watford in England because it was the closest one to St Albans. He go, the first thing they says, "Why are we here?" And I went, "Because the first course didn't work." But the first course I did was in Manchester. The second course I did was in Watford. But I think it's a 2-year gap or a 3-year gap. But I've done 2 speed
Still
awareness
no points?
I've done 1.
No,
I've
my
done
license.
1.
I have 0 points in my license.
I also have that.
I have 0 points in my license because I respect the road.
I do too. This is my first time in 31 years having that. Like that's
This is the start of a slippery slope.
You've been driving for 31 years?
okay.
There'll be a
You look
ma-
great. You
you
look
know
great.
what? There'll be a mass shooting at the Ulster final, and I got a feeling Jasmine's going to be involved somehow. Like, I can't believe I got to go to court for this.
At least you get there on time. It's all right.
So, and was the judge nice to you?
Very nice.
And she just went 3 points, £200, do a speed awareness. I think that's a bit harsh. Like,
I think, considering I was
don't get the
driving on my
points.
American license longer than I should have been, she was
Oh.
very generous.
oh, very generous.
Yeah.
And were you nervous? Did you go on your own to the court?
Well, a friend drove me because I was scared they're gonna like tell me I can't drive or something anymore.
Ah, stop.
And so like my friend drove me down, but like I went up and the guy before me luckily was such a like idiot and was like trying to like defend himself. And he was like she was like 2 officers saw you on your phone. And he's like, "Yeah, I would like to object." She's like, "What do you objected?" Like she's like, "They saw you on your phone." And he's like, "Yeah, well, I work in this." And so she goes, "Do you not have Bluetooth?" And I was like, "Oh shit!" Like I didn't know.
Checkmate, Your Honor.
Yeah, and I had to go after him. And like as soon as I went up, she's like,
So what? Go back. What happened to him?
he has to go to like another court date. So she set a court date for him to go defend himself.
That's a sentencing.
That's a ban.
That's a ban, man.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
the more extreme you push it, the higher the offence, isn't it? The higher the
Yeah.
the
Throw the
punishment.
book at you,
and
yeah.
he was trying to throw like out laws at her. And he's like, "Well, what about section blah blah blah?" And she was like, "What does that say?" And then he was like, then he would say it, and he was like shaking.
Is he one of these guys that would like quote Magna Carta when they told him to wear a mask in a
Do you
shop?
know what it is? It's one of those that spends a bit too much time on the internet, isn't it?
Yeah.
It kind of give you the vibe that she took the kids off him.
He's got a lot of time to Google things.
Do you ever meet someone like, and I'm getting the vibe, she left and took the kids, and now you're really angry about everything in the world?
Yeah.
You know that kind of thing?
Yeah, too extreme for Fathers for Justice.
If you were called on the phone in your car, suck it up, you're a fucking idiot, take your punishment.
You've been nabbed. Johnny?
So in court in the UK, a judge should be addressed as my lord
Yes.
or my lady.
That's what they were saying. And
My
I was
lord.
not saying that. I said, "Yes, ma'am, no, ma'am."
What do we say in the Republic?
What you would say in the
That's
Republic is,
another
I do not
Google.
recognise
Here,
the.
Uncle John, what's the story? There's your man like, yeah, bollocks.
No, up here we would be saying, I do not recognise the authority of this court. That's just for a bit of throwback. You know?
Oh, yeah. Hey! And then,
Actually, here's
and then
a fun
just do a
story.
line of coke off the judge's tits.
I can't afford. That's a strip club. We've talked about.
Oh,
this.
sorry, that was last weekend.
Have you ever seen Southern License? They have changed,
No.
but did you ever see
I
the
don't
old
have
Southern
one.
License?
I have a British one.
I know that, but I'm just saying
Oh,
the
yeah.
jazz.
Oh.
What the old license used to be?
Paper.
Bit of paper.
What?
It was paper.
Bit of paper.
Pink. It was
I knew
green
lads-
for provisional, pink. It was just paper.
When I lived in Australia, lads from the south would show up who were banned from driving, and you would hand in your old license, and they would just hand you out an Australian license
Yeah.
because they weren't checking. Now they started checking, and then they were just like, "Oh wow, we have given out thousands of license to people who are banned
Yeah.
from
So
driving."
it's-
So you get banned in Ireland from driving. You move to Australia for work. You hand in your banned license, and they just go, "Here you go." And these guys were just these guys were
are
driving
back on the road,
trucks,
like.
diggers, everything. It was immense.
Oh, yeah.
in Australia, yeah, because the governments weren't talking to each other.
No, they weren't. So I tell you what, I got stopped speeding in the south, and I was doing.
You're
it's
a
a hun-
speeder.
Excuse me,
You're a speeder.
I'm not a speeder. You're a fucking speeder. You're convicted in a court of law. Yeah,
Said you got guns.
but you just listen. But you're telling me something you already are.
He didn't get convicted
I
though.
didn't get convicted.
I wasn't coming against you. I was just clarifying.
Yeah. So listen to this. I got stopped coming out of Kildare Because obviously, if anyone's ever been to Kildare, you want to get the fuck out of there as
Yeah,
much as
yeah.
you can, right? So I was driving. It's 120 is the speed limit down south, right? Kilometres, which is 77 miles an hour,
I
is
think
it?
so.
76 miles an hour?
I would give it 80 on the.
You
just
give
to
it
make
80
sure.
on the filter. I was
Yeah.
doing 100.
Sorry, guard.
I was doing 134 or something. 33. They clocked me anyway. I was on a motorway. I was just doing a comedy gig. It's dead quiet. I have no excuse.
Yes or nowhere.
So the blue lights, right? I thought, oh, here we go. So I pulled in. Your man comes up. Must have been in his late 20s, this fella. I thought, right. My friend is in the Met Police in London. And she said to me, attitude is your best defence. If you have a good attitude,
Yes.
right? She comes up. He comes up and he goes, the classic. Well, we clocked you there. And I went, yes. I said, what was I doing? He goes, any idea what you were doing? I said I was over, like it was well over. And he goes, right, okay. I've got you a 136. And I went, 136. I went, yeah. I said, I thought it was worse. Right, I actually said to him, and he goes, right. He said, have you a license? I took out my license anyway. And he said, how come you're going so fast? And I went, guard, I don't have an excuse. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not going to bullshit you. I'm just trying to get home. Throw the book at me. I'll take the points. I'll do whatever I have to do. I'm not arguing with you. It's my own fault. I'm old enough. I'm ugly enough. I'm stupid enough. I'm grand. And he was a bit like, oh, this guy's all right.
Yeah, we don't normally get this.
But he didn't know that I had a little plan. I had a British license, and I knew he could do fuck all with that.
This must have been a while ago because now they can.
Right, but listen to this. Oh, it was years ago.
Good stuff.
So I took out the British license, and he looked at it, and he went, all right. He just looked at it, and I went, well. So he went, all right, and this is what he said to me, you're living over, are you? Because down south you say, if you're living in England, we call it over.
Yep.
He's over. He's gone over.
Right.
Right? And I went, yeah. And he goes, who owns the car? And I said, oh, my mother owns the car. And he went, all right, yeah. And he checks the insurance. I think they'd already checked it in the car or whatever. Like, he goes, right. Look, I'll have to bring this back to the super there. 1 second. So he goes away, and I'm just, sitting and thinking, the only thing he can do to me is fine me. Can't put points on it. Right? So he comes back and he goes, right, Andrew, he says, listen, fair play to you. He says, look, I get it. You get it. Like, you're responsible enough. I goes, look, guard, I'm grand, man. I'm sorry. Look, he goes, look, it's €80 fine. Just pay the fine. I'll be in of it. I went, grand, no problem. Gave me the license, right? Got back in the car. He said to me, you won't get any points. He said to me, he was from Portlaoise Garda Station, this fella. He said, you will not get any points. So I drove home anyway. 10 days later, this letter comes in the post, right? Andrew Ryan, and it has me address. Now, two things you need to note here. My address on my driving licence was the address for my address in England. The registered keeper of the vehicle was me mother for me address in Carrigaline and Cork.
Right.
Right? So he said, he was doing the thing and he said, what's your address? I said, that's my address, Clarence Road, St. Albans, right? So he's thinking, right, okay. And then he looked at me and he went, so that's where you live? And I went, well, I'm actually living in Cork at the moment, but I'm over and back. My mum was sick at the time, right? I get Andrew Ryan, Carrigaline in the post. And within 14 days, I have to pay the fine. Right? That's all I have to do is pay the fine, right? Yeah. So didn't I forget about the 14 days?
Did you go back to England and not pay?
Yeah, I forgot about it. I was over and back, right? Forgot about it. About a week after the 14 days, so we're at 21 days now. I was back home in Cork. I knock on the door, and there was a guard. Right? The big fucking guardy heading him, like the big fucking chicken and bacon roll heading him, like, right? Like I've been to Kerry Miners. That kind of like.
Was he there to tell your mother on you?
No, listen to this. He turned up with a summons to court on a yellow piece of paper. I think it was yellow or pink.
Oh,
right? Yellow piece of pink. And it went, open the door. Hello, we're looking for Andrew. And then my mother went, oh, what's it about? Oh, we've a summons here from court there for speeding in the car. Blah, 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 blah. And in a minute he did that, I knew I'd get away with it.
Right.
Data protection. Can't tell my mother I was caught speeding. Not convicted of nothing.
Ah. How did you learn this? Somebody tell you this before? Can't reveal my sources.
So he turned up with a summons to court, never said anything, told my mother I was done for speeding, blah, 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 blah. The address was wrong on the form. So he said Andrew Ryan, Glenwood, Carrigaline. That's not my address. My address is Clarence Road in St. Albans. They sent it to the keeper of the vehicle, not the driver of the vehicle.
Okay.
I rang Portlaoise up. I argued it down the phone. Bob's your uncle.
Not a bother, Mr. Ryan.
Bother on me back. Fucking bother on me.
I'll rip that up there.
Got away with it. I said,
Fantastic.
can't do nothing.
So this guy was fresh out of Tullamore and he didn't know that he couldn't
Didn't
do
know
that.
the details.
Do you know about Tullamore?
No idea.
It's the Gardaí Training College.
It's the guard. No, it's not Thomas. Templemore.
Templemore, not Tullamore. Tullamore's
Templemore's
the
in
centre of Ireland.
Tipperary.
Yes.
See, being pulled over, I would feel more comfortable than a camera just catching me because you can't like schmooze your way. You know what I mean?
Well,
I'd rather get pulled over because I know I can talk my way out of a ticket.
what would you do? Like,
It would depend on the guy.
oh, you're very good at writing.
Well, no,
Oh, you're very tall.
no.
Oh, I'd love to take you out and give you a bit of overtime.
I grew up with police officers. I know how to talk to a police officer.
We used to date one.
Yes, I did. So then I would.
Stitches get stitches.
So I would literally.
out.
I put my car in park. I turn off my car. I put it up in the front. I put my hands where they can see them. And then when they
Don't
come,
do that.
Yes. No,
do
this
that when
is
they're walking up the
steering
car.
wheel. This is the steering wheel.
Gotcha.
My hands are on the
You're
steering
fucking
wheel.
threatening a fight there.
And then you wait, and you're like, hello, and you got to look like.
Is that because in America they've got guns,
Aye.
so you have to be like
Yeah.
hands up? Do you get
Especially-
scared by pulled in by the
Yeah.
police?
Yeah.
Really?
The PSNI have guns. I'm not worried about one of them shooting me when I get
Do
done
the
with
PSNI have
speeding.
guns?
Doesn't have to be.
The PSNI are
But
armed.
PSNI is walking down the street tomorrow in Belfast.
They've got
You
a
see-
gun.
You're fucking joking me.
Yeah.
Do they have a gun?
Whereas the guards have to phone Tony, who's the only guy who's allowed to have a gun because
Yeah.
he's in special weapons
And
training.
Tony's in 2 weeks in Mallorca with
Exactly,
the lads
yeah.
playing golf.
Lads, I'm on the holiday. I won't be able to make it. Look,
Where's the gun? It's under the bed. It's under the bed.
Yeah.
I think the mother took it out there to bingo.
Yeah.
Sure, lend it to Dennis.
Yeah. I've left it with Jackie now. I think he's in Longford for the weekend, but if you phone him, he could be home in
He's
about
got
an
an
hour
old
there.
Tinder date or something. I don't know what he's doing.
Yeah, no, they're armed, man.
But down south, they fuck all equipment.
I think they've got like pepper spray and a baton to
A baton.
beat the legs of you.
I forgot
They're
about
also usually massive
Oh.
culchies and they will beat you to death.
They will be.
Culchies.
Yeah, they'll bait the shell.
If you're in Dublin, what
a
they do
baton.
is they don't tend to. There seems to be a thing with the guards where if you're from, say, Galway, you'll not be a guard in Galway. They'll send you somewhere else. Which is why there's a list of Mayo men who have won All Ireland's with different counties because they were all guards.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know you're saying words, but I'm just like envisioning a culture with a baton.
Mayo for sandwiches. Yeah.
Would you?
Culture with a baton.
Yeah, you love cultures, don't you?
Aye.
It's a big fan.
You're a culture.
I know. I offered to marry her because I said not only could I get her one passport, I could get her two.
But you've a missus.
I know. But that doesn't matter.
What'd your missus say?
Well, we're not married.
Did you say to her, look, we want Jasmine to stay in the country. Do you mind if I
Absolutely.
marry?
She
Would your
would be
missus be
fine.
alright with
She
that?
would know the
Who doesn't love a sham marriage for the crack? Like,
Imagine all of us in the Canal Court in Newry celebrating it.
Andrew, beating the system. Is there nothing more fun?
Sean,
You wouldn't lie to immigration for me. You'd be like, it's a sham marriage. It's all fake. Send her back.
I'm reporting this.
I would let you.
Get her out of here.
Get rid of him too. I was never really fond of him.
Yeah,
I wouldn't grass you up.
would wrap me up
Why
in
would I rat you up?
seconds.
If you marry Darren in a sham marriage, do you genuinely believe I'd rat you up to immigration?
Yes.
Why?
If
Hang
they
on.
came to question you and they're like, "Hey, do you know these people? Like, how real is their relationship?" You'd be like, "It's not real at all."
Jazz, surely you have a list of people that are going to keep you in the company.
Oh,
Yeah, there you go.
But Jasmine, I would never grass you up.
I don't believe.
I'd grass Darren up, but I wouldn't grass you up.
Doesn't like Nordies, you see.
I do like Nordies. I live here.
I know. It was a joke, Andrew. I
know.
forget you don't get when
I
comedians
know.
tell
I
jokes
actually,
on this fucking
I know
podcast.
it's strange, but like Shane Todd said to me, "You don't get jokes, do you?" And I don't really know. I don't understand it.
Well, unless you write them, and then you're like, that is a joke.
And like I'll write them.
Yeah.
But when people are saying stuff to him, like,
What?
what does he mean by that? I don't get it.
Are we too sarcastic at Ulster? Is that what the
I don't
problem
know.
is?
I don't know what it is. I just find it a bit sort of,
It just goes past
it
you.
just goes past me. I think my brain works in a different way. I don't know. I don't understand.
That's
that,
fine, that's
you know what
fine.
I mean?
That's-
Do you notice that at all?
Yeah, but it'd be quite familiar to me. I think. Like I've experienced people like you. You know.
Sounds like a very negative thing.
No. I'm just saying, like.
You're saying like I grass you up to immigration, and you've experienced people like me. I'm not fucking Ted Bundy. Go around
Ted Bundy
killing
take you on a
women.
nice date first.
Huh?
We need to get
a nice date,
Jasmine married.
We will. We'll get you
Well,
somewhere.
We'll
now
get-
I can marry for love. There's no rush. I'm getting my passport.
Do you know any nice fellas?
Oh yeah.
You
That
know
would-
who I fancy.
There you go.
Whoa,
Get
whoa,
that
whoa,
sorted.
whoa,
No.
Jasmine, is there somebody
No.
winning comedy?
No.
Who is that?
I'm not telling you.
What's at me?
Are you asking in your man to tighten something?
Solidarity.
Wise
Am I
up.
asking a Newry man to tell somebody? I totally forgot.
And
Yeah.
wise up, you will
Yeah.
you?
I fucking forgot.
There wasn't a camera at every angle. I tell you. But
If you never hear from me again,
Tell
I've,
me
I've
off air.
spoken and they've found out.
Would I? Oh my God.
Did we catch that?
No.
Any lip reading experts?
Oh my, are you serious?
oh, I fancy him so much.
You're perfect. You're actually fucking perfect.
See,
They're
we don't need a
perfect.
sham marriage now.
They're fucking perfect. I'll be the priest for the man. I'll fucking do it.
Oh my gosh.
I never thought of that.
Yeah.
And have you met him?
Yeah. Oh my god, I embarrassed myself so bad. Like,
And
I'll
what's
tell
he
you the
like?
story
What's he
later.
like with you?
Huh?
What's he like with you?
I think he's great.
Have you chatted like?
I mean, he's like hard to find.
Oh, he's hard to find.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. He's got a wife and kid, like, but.
Yeah.
What you're saying is he hasn't yet proposed, so we have
Yeah.
to just wait for that eventuality to happen.
And have you spoken to him about it?
I'm playing it cool.
Are you messaging?
I messaged one message to kind of like put a failer to see if I'd get a response. I got a response.
And what was
It wasn't like a hey. It was more of like a ha ha ha. You know.
Oh, it was a soft launch. It was a soft response.
You can't immediately ask for the sham marriage.
Yeah.
Fuck it, I'm ringing
Build a
him.
bit of relationship first.
Don't.
I'm gonna ring him.
Don't ring him.
Oh my god.
But
I can't believe. Sean, did you see that?
No.
Oh my
I'm
God.
do it later.
Dan.
Do it later.
Oh my God, I'm so excited!
Don't you?
Sean
dare.
is a gossiping bitch. Don't
Gonna
tell
be-
him.
I can totally see this happening.
Could
I
you
could
see it?
totally see it happening.
See, I wasn't
massive
sure.
type.
I felt like maybe I'd be like the first
Clip it.
brown person he's ever come in contact with.
Wow.
All
And,
right.
and tell me, have you spoken to him about it?
No.
Does he know
'Cause he's
about
a
it?
good friend.
I keep out of these things.
Does
There's
he,
nothing to do
does
with
he
me.
know about it?
I'd say he does.
I mean, he must know.
Somebody,
Yeah.
do a lot of people know about this crush?
A couple people, not a lot.
And you think it's words got back?
Not from me, it hasn't.
Oh no. Well then,
Do you know what? I'm so happy.
we don't even know if this man likes
He's
me.
just
we
just
don't know if this man likes
he's
me.
looking an invite to the wedding. Don't be playing
I'm
those
so
games
happy.
now.
He would be invited.
That's okay. We'll get all go and drink then.
Oh, you're brilliant. Love him.
The marriage of so and so and Yasmin Sierra.
Yeah. I'd
Big
be
yes.
I'm happy.
That would be
I'd be bridesmaid.
Aye, flower girl.
Flower girl.
Go down the aisle.
I'll do- the first reading according to the Jesus. Be really good.
We could have the offertory procession, but it's just like your
we
mum
can get
doing
your
witchcraft.
family
That'd
over.
be cool. That'd be so much fun.
We get your family over from Puerto Rico, like, hey boy, you're looking so good. I don't know. Sorry, I just so buzzing with that news. Oh,
I'm just
Jack-
I don't know
I-
why you're buzzing. There's been no development. There's been no like mutual interest.
Sean, I'm going to WhatsApp you the name.
Yeah, please.
Oh my
Please.
gosh.
Oh my God, I'm gonna put some work in into the background of this. You know.
Are you?
Oh yeah.
We all just have to subtly move.
I'm
towards-
literally
Right,
regretting.
Sean, have you
The
got it?
nosiest people.
Sean, have you got a
The
first
nosiest
impression of the name?
Yeah, I got it.
Well,
Why are you screaming?
Because I wasn't expecting it.
what do you think?
Yeah,
It's good, isn't it?
that is good.
Exclusive on Cork in the North, where we're telling you absolutely nothing. Enjoy that.
Now listen. Remember, love is a two-way thing.
Yeah.
At the moment, it's only a one-way thing,
Consent, very important.
and consent is very important. We're hoping that one day Yaz will meet that man, and they will come together.
I hope Jazz
In the
meets
unison.
that man.
Oh, sorry, Jasmine. Oh, Jesus
I
Christ.
hope Jazz meets that man.
Sorry.
Hey,
Because
see when
Jazz-
you're conducting the service, if you read the name wrong, it's not legally binding. Get practice.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Okay? You've offered the fucking. You can't read the wrong name and sign the wrong thing on the modular
Oh, I do
license and go,
apologise,
"That's
Jack.
We're all
would
from
actually really
friends. Learned
funny
that
if
the
you
hard way.
Absolutely.
I'm blown away by that now.
Why?
I just find it
Is it
mental.
surprising?
Yeah, I wouldn't
You're
have
so
thought.
excited about
I
this.
wouldn't have thought about it. Actually, it could be the first. It could be the biggest NI
Gossip.
wedding. Like this is going to be on Belfast Live. Like this is a big deal. Like I didn't.
We don't know if this man likes
Listen,
me.
Van Morrison is single.
Is he?
Is it him or is it?
But Van Morrison's not a culture.
No. Darren, can I just say, the last time I saw you, I thought you looked great.
Thank you.
You've been trained.
As
on
opposed
it.
to now.
Oh, sorry, that came out really
The
wrong.
last time I saw you, you looked great. I don't know about that. But
That's
last time.
just come out the wrong way.
It's fine. Andrew has tried to pay me compliments in the past, and it's just gone terribly wrong.
Sorry, that's just happened the wrong
You
way.
look like a train right now.
Take two. Yeah.
Right.
I didn't have time to iron the t-shirt. I had to take the work uniform on, put this on. Yeah.
No, when I saw you recently, I said you were looking good. You're training. You're fit.
Yes,
What's
I might.
happening? What's
Do you know what? Do you know why I'm fit? Because I've retired from playing football and hurling. So I'm not
Really?
getting injured every 3 weeks.
Yeah, because
I'm
like,
just running and training. And
How
doing
old are you
laps
now?
and 38.
yeah, you can't keep.
You know, I stayed in way too long. I actually retired and then went back whenever the club formed.
You were
So
clinging on, Darren.
I was.
You're looking for that glory.
Yeah.
And I wasn't there
I ended up doing nets and I was like, it's time. When they're putting me in nets.
when they're putting you in nets.
They're putting you in nets because you
you know
either
what?
get a yellow card for starting a fight or you're too slow getting nets.
Yeah, and
I'm 5'8". I'm too short to be a goalie.
and after the nets, then they're getting you to organise a raffle.
Exactly.
Like
You're standing with a water bottle on the sideline and a
That's the
sub jersey
next-
on.
Yeah,
You don't want to be that
yeah.
guy.
Darren will drive you to and back from training because all the lads have been done for drink driving. Like,
Hanging out my ass.
you know what I mean? Do you know? You look fit and healthy. You know, you're back on the buses because you had a bit of a break and stuff like that.
I
didn't you?
did. I was a full-time comedian and then the cost of living ruined my dreams.
So what happened? Because I know you were doing the glider
Oh, that was ages ago. man.
ages ago, and then you went full time as a stand up.
Yes. So I still have my bus license. So
And
I'm
what
back
happened with
working.
the stand up?
What happened with stand-up
We're
was-
busy, like.
I know I was busy, but it was the point where the gas tripled, my mortgage went up, the car insurance went up, everything
shit.
went up, and I was just like, starving artist is not great. And coming from my background, working is important and a bit of stability and that sort of stuff. So
Yeah, so you're back on the buses.
I'm
now.
back working.
So what's the buses you're doing now at the moment?
I'm working for a private company who I'm not sure if I can name. So well,
No, don't name them. But
I'm
what
not
kind of
gonna
stuff are you doing? You're not doing public stuff. You're doing.
private hire stuff. So I could be
Prisoners
taking your
and stuff.
I could be taking your football team to an Isle match or something, or I could be taking your band to a band parade.
Would you take prisoners to and from court and stuff?
No, I feel like that's some sort of private service. That's not.
But you're in
criminals.
the private service game, aren't you?
I know, but I think that's an armor plated sort of truck they get. I think that's the prison
Yeah.
service organised that.
I can't really
themselves.
see you turning up in a 4-seater going, when by? Do you want to stop
Yeah,
at the shop
pop in,
central?
lads.
Do you want to stop at the central?
Yeah, not in the front. We're not allowed.
Have you ever been into a prison?
Been in a prison? No.
I want to go and do a comedy gig. I had Danny O'Brien, the comedian, on here, and he does a lot of comedy gigs in prisons.
Chatting
And
to Danny about that, it sounds great.
I actually would like to go in to do a comedy gig in a prison, yeah.
Where's the weirdest place you've done if you haven't done a prison?
Where's the weirdest place I've ever performed?
Like an actual gig.
Done a nudist gig.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
The nudist gig, yeah.
How was that?
It's cold.
Humbling?
Were you naked as well?
No, I didn't have to be naked.
Oh.
That was odd. I've also done. I'm just trying to think where I did a bus, top of a London double-decker bus.
Done a gig on a bus before.
Gig went really well.
I imagine a prison gig would be hard because you couldn't really use like current events or cultural references. at
So
the
where have you
bus.
been on holiday, mate?
Yeah.
D-Wing.
What do you do for it? Never mind.
Who was the comedian that had the joke? I think it's a Scottish comedian. So it could be Kevin Bridges or it could be Mark Nelson. I do apologise. It's not my joke. But they said, like, it's really depressing when you're doing a gig in a prison and the prisoner gets up and goes back to a cell. It's just like, I'm doing life and I would rather be in my fucking cell than listen to this guy. You know, that kind of thing. Like,
Yeah, I've got books. Fuck you.
you know that kind of thing. Like, you can't do. You know, when you're in Tesco's, shoplifting, not shoplifting, but like, you know, when you're in Tesco, but just imagine you actually had the money. But I think we should do a tour of the NI prisons. How many prisons are there in NI?
I imagine you would
not
have
loads,
it'd have
is
to be
there?
gender specific. You
do you
can't
mean?
throw you in a prison full of women who haven't seen a man in however long.
Hey, listen,
And,
you
or
gotta
vice
give the
versa.
women what they
I
want.
can't be in a men's prison.
And we go in as a gang, like we do an MC in 2 acts.
They have enough gangs in there, I'd say.
I
They don't need us. They don't need us.
he's UDA, he's UVF, and I'm IRA, so we're just balancing it out.
They used to do gigs in Crumlin Road Jail.
I think I've done one of those.
Yeah.
But no, this was not.
Are you sure
this
they
is
weren't
after.
public hangings? No.
They also did those. This is also where it was not a public prison. I thought we should clarify that. It's an event space now. So
I've done a gig in there.
yes, Crumlin Road.
I've done a gig in the Crumlin Event Space. Did a gig to the Northern Irish GPs Association. It's the first time you've seen a GP in a while.
I was gonna say, and you're like, I didn't even have to phone any. of these.
Boom.
Not bad.
I'm
not
on
bad.
tour. Tickets available. AndrewRyanComedy.com.
Yeah, when they signed your check for you, was it like completely ineligible? You couldn't read it.
Honest to God, man, I bought antibiotics for cash. Just dealing stuff out. Yeah, Jasmine, you've never been to prison, like to do a gig or anything? Not to be into prison.
What
like.
is with your setups for
I
your
don't.
questions?
You know, can I just say I've had
never been to
5
prison, Jazz?
I've had 5 coffees today, and I am wired.
You're like, Darren, you look like shit. Good to see you. Jasmine, been in prison?
No, but
I'm sure you look
to
like
be
the,
fair
you
now,
look
Andrew,
like the type, Jazz.
Andrew does get up at about 4 a.m. So I'm
no, I get up
fully
at 20
forgiven.
past 5 now.
You've got it.
Oh.
We arrive at 5 to 6 now.
You've got the clock set. You
Oh
have
my! It's military.
pat.
It's military. So it's an 8-minute drive.
Is the clothes like sitting out over
All
the chair?
I need 7 minutes in the morning. So I get up. I need 7 minutes. Shower. I do 90 seconds in the shower. Once I'm dried, down the stairs, trackie and a nice top. So I'm only seen from waist up. Car is packed. Run out to the car. 8-minute drive in, and then it's 72-second walk from the car park to the studio. What I need. So once I get in if I can get into the studio for 6:02. No, sorry, it's 6:02 if Connor's in first. 5:59 if I'm in first, because I need to put the news on, the centralized news, and then I have to do the weather at 6:03. But the weather, sometimes we just make up the weather.
So what's
Just look outside
what
and
do
go, scattered showers
Right,
today with a top temperature of 12 degrees. You look at it and go, top temperature 28, fully sunny.
I was going to say, do you know where you get that kind of regimented life? Prison. You do that. Somebody booked this man, McGabry. What he's up to?
I actually think I'd do very well in prison. I'd like the routine of it.
Gigs or?
No, I'd like the routine. I'd like the routine of the life there.
Well, if you keep getting caught speeding, so
You know, but I would like to.
I'm pulling for you, man.
Do you know what? I actually pitched this to Shane Todd about the comedians doing a Big Brother.
I said this the other day.
So what it is 3 days. 3 days Big Brother, live. Comedians get a house out in like somewhere in County Down or somewhere, putting cameras everywhere, and you go in and it's live for 3 or 4 days, and you put in 10, 11 comedians, and they've enough food, no phones, no laptops, and the audience watch live, and every night through patrons there is a live vote.
We
for
kill a
evictions.
No,
That'd
okay.
be-
Right.
And
There
then
needs
what
to
you
be like a cameo room.
And then what you do then is you get a whole production crew of young Northern Ireland camera crew and technicians, and you pay them properly, but they then do the editing for the highlights that night, and it's NI comedians, Big Brother, and you do it maybe over 3 or 4 nights, and then I think it would be massive, but I think it would actually ruin friendships.
I'd watch it. I wouldn't want to be in it.
Huh?
I give you
I'd
5 hours.
fucking kill all of you.
No.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Honestly, you drive me insane. Like, I love comedians, but I love leaving them.
Yeah, I love comedians for the 3 hours a night we all hang out, and it's great to see everybody. And then I'm like, I'm going home.
Yeah. There's only so much you can deal with. Like, there's only so much people can deal with me. There's only so much I can deal with you.
Sean was telling me that one time. Yeah.
Well, like Sean has spent a lot of time with me over the last 2 years.
Yes.
I'd say Sean knows me quite well.
Yeah. Yeah.
Would you like to elaborate on that?
Yeah,
Sean,
I do.
what are right, how
I
about
do.
this,
I
Sean?
know you. I know you.
How about
Yeah.
this, Sean? Sean, what are your pros and cons of me? So, be honest now.
Oh no.
I can take positive and negative feedback. I'm very
Okay,
good.
I always say you're very professional.
That's what you want to hear about
Very
friends.
professional. That's the main adjective I would use to describe Andrew.
Very professional. So if you're out there looking to book a really professional comedian, I'm your man.
He hasn't said you're funny yet.
Hilarious.
Thank you.
Well done.
And,
Trying to prompt the man.
And what else? You're determined.
Brilliant.
3 positives. Give me something I can work
give
on.
me some negatives. Give me some things I can work on, Sean.
No comment.
No comment. Sean, be honest. I'm not going to fall away over it.
Your negatives. You second guess yourself quite a bit.
Yeah. Lack of confidence.
Yeah.
And I don't disagree. I think that's a very fair shout.
That's why you're so good at comedy.
Yeah.
Imagine if you didn't doubt yourself, you'd be fucking insufferable.
Oh, I'm riddled with self-belief
yeah,
issues.
as we all are.
Riddled.
That's fine. It's just good.
You don't pick up on like social cues as well.
Yeah.
All these
You know?
descriptors are leading to one big word.
Being from Cork.
So I, don't
agree.
pick up on social cues.
Or like,
me an
or
example.
sometimes you don't understand people properly.
Yeah, I don't get things. I don't understand how it works. Like sometimes, like I've been in like sick situations with people. I'm like, I don't understand why that was said there. And then Aaron started taking the piss out of me, and I go, "Why are you taking the piss out of me now?" Because and then I just I don't. It's not that I'm doing it deliberately. I just find it sometimes a little bit
Yeah.
hard to pick up on jokes and stuff, which is really weird.
Yeah, especially with your job.
Yeah.
Yeah. What else?
I can't think of anything else to be.
That's fine. I'm happy
to
with
be
it.
fair.
Good
Happy
answer.
with it.
Good answer. See, that
What
was.
did you say there about one big word? What does that mean?
Autistic.
We've had this accusation before.
Do you think I could be slightly
I
autistic
think you should take a test.
for autism?
Yeah.
You do lack focus as well sometimes. Not in terms of your goals, but in like in a room. Sometimes you go off on your own.
Yeah.
Like think so maybe.
I mean, I've been diagnosed, and I wouldn't come across.
But sure, isn't everyone autistic nowadays?
We're on the spot.
I mean, if you don't believe in it or whatever, but like, I would say take a test.
I would say it's just me.
Yeah.
I love it if you don't believe in it. That's amazing. I mean, if you don't believe in it.
So there's different levels of. I thought it was just a bit of extreme ADHD because I do take like some medication and stuff.
For ADHD?
Not for autism. No, I don't know what they are. Just take them. Just so I
Get it from a foul around the
Just
corner.
from-
I keep telling you, Baraka is not medicine, man. It's a
So
vitamin.
if you look here,
Ashwagandha.
Ooh,
I take all of these.
Oh
every
my
day.
you're such a
Gosh.
dad. Look at this.
You can see which days I've missed because I've been too lazy. To
I
take
haven't seen those since my grandmother passed. One of those little
Yeah, so in there
organisers.
I've got anxiety, vitamin B, multivit. I've got stuff from the ulcers, more anxiety stuff. I have panic attack tablets.
Oh my gosh.
I never knew you had panic attacks.
I'd have panic attacks, yeah.
Like before going on stage or just in a general?
Yeah, so I used to carry panic attack tablets, so I would have like breathing attacks, you know. Not as much now lately, I'll be honest with you. 'cause
Well, that
my
means they're
anxiety-
working. That's always good.
No, my anxiety's pretty good. You know, I'm in the gym, I'm fit, I'm doing the boxing.
Yeah.
I have a bit of focus. I'm I really enjoy my life now. You know, but I've always been like that. So I've nothing. I'm not concerned or worried about it, and I don't really talk about it because like there's a lot of people out there who can talk about it probably in a lot better detail than I can and can actually help people. You know, I do lose focus. Yeah, that's one thing that you not only Sean you have brought up, but a lot of people have brought up. But I'm fully aware of it, but I don't know how to fix it.
I don't think
There's nothing intentional.
it's nothing to fix.
It's not a
just what it
fix.
is.
It's a personality trait.
Is it?
It's not a bad thing. It's a part of who you are.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's not. I'm not doing it intentionally.
Yeah.
No.
Like I would never do it to make feel someone. Like I do notice there's times when I'm in conversations, and it's happened here in the pod. I'd be listening to people, and I'm completely
Drift
I'm
off.
completely. I might as well be in fucking Australia. I'm that far away from you. Like,
And when you come back into the space, you just be like, oh fuck.
yeah, and when I come back in, and I'm focused.
You ever been to
again.
Cork?
When I come back in, then my energy lifts again. You know, it's like like a bird. Just
You done the radio? Have you ever done a radio
Oh,
silence? Where you're like,
oh.
what's going on? Huh?
Yeah, Connor has asked me a question live on radio, and I'm like, what?
Oh.
What was
while
that?
while the mic's up.
So I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe it's a bit of ADHD or something.
Yeah.
But
it's
autism.
you.
What's autism? Can you Sean, what are the traits of autism? There's different levels of autism, doesn't there?
Aye.
Of being
What
on
are
the
the
spectrum.
traits like?
Can look that up.
What are you autistic?
Mm-hmm.
So what was the assessment? What was the assessment you got?
I mean, I'm not big on labels, so when they said it, I was like, well, there's nothing I can do about it. So I'm just like, it is what it is.
You don't walk around and go, oh my god, I'm autistic.
But it would be a lot of yeah, I've never even put it in my set, but my need for routine.
Oh, I have my can I just sorry for
Yeah.
interrupting you here now, like, but I cannot write a joke until my house is spotless.
Yeah.
So last night I will not
sit
sit down and write jokes until the floor has been mopped. I have to
Yeah,
mop the
that's
floor
the-
before I
You need a clean space.
I
to
need a
work.
clean space to work.
Yeah.
That's
And like
definitely an ADHD thing, isn't it?
and like so like
Yeah.
like every day I will hoover my house every day.
Yeah.
Like I'll hoover my house today now.
An OCD as well.
Yeah.
I've got some symptoms here.
Yeah.
So signs of autism in adults. Symptoms is maybe the wrong word to use. So main signs of autism in adults is finding it hard to understand what others are thinking or feeling.
I know I've got empathy.
Um,
I think I've got a bit of empathy. Come on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You do give empathy vibes.
You do?
Yeah.
Empathy vibes. Is that a good thing?
Yeah.
Yes.
He's an empathetic man.
I do
that.
think I've got
empathy vibes is like a really shit new wave band.
Empathy vibe. I think I have their early EPs. They're after they got
Please
signed to
welcome
Nature. They were
Empathy vibes who've fallen out backstage.
good live album though.
What else you got?
Getting very anxious about social situations.
Oh, unbelievable! Like
Really?
it's really bad sometimes. Yeah, like sometimes like I actually won't go into a comedy gig until I'm due on because I don't want to be around people.
I thought you were rude.
Do you remember that?
Why is
night?
Andrew sitting in his car?
We were backstage. Remember back in the cafe in Newry? Do you remember that night doing McCooey's?
Oh, you're probably freaking out, were you? I wasn't at that show, but I heard
Can
about
just
that.
Say, probably one of my favorite places to perform. I know it's gone now. I know
Oh.
Leanne's gone and stuff like that. But it was.
She's not dead, by the way. Leanne's still
the
alive.
coffee shop is gone. I was backstage and this guy just came up and he just sat next to me, and I swear to God, I nearly went home.
Yeah.
I was so stressed about it.
I think the
Can you
hard-
please not sit next to me? And I wasn't. And I took. And Aaron Butler was like taking pictures of it because he thought it was funny. And I actually,
you're like, I am panicking right
actually sweated some of the ink from my shirt into my skin.
Oh my
Now, the gig was great, and he was actually a really nice man. Like, and it was nothing he did. It was just I wasn't able to react to it properly. Then there's days. Then I'm like the best friend of everybody, and there's another day. Then I'm like, the chair just fell down. Then there's other days I'm like, just don't fucking talk to me.
You talk to everybody.
I think the hard part about
The chair's gone.
What happened there?
the
chair
hard,
just fell down.
the hard part about being a comedian and autistic, which you don't know yet, but you come off way friendlier than you actually
Are.
mean to be. It's not that I'm not friendly; it's that like I'm anxious. You know what I mean? So it's like I come off like I want to hear everything you're saying and I want you next to me, but I don't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What else is there?
So we've got finding it hard to make friends or preferring to be on your own.
Oh, that yeah. I love being on my own.
Then
I love it.
I do
we've
that,
also
And I have friends.
Yeah.
Like you're my friends, but we see each other, but we don't see each other. Like we only see each other maybe at work, and the odd time we might see each other outside of work. But we are very, how would you say, we're work colleagues, we're
Yeah.
work friends. But if you said to me, Andrew, oh, do you want to be friends with this new couple? I'm like, nah, Grant.
I have loads of friends.
I don't need
More,
it. I don't
yeah.
need another WhatsApp
I have
group.
enough room. I have enough
Oh
room.
gosh.
we've also got seeming blunt, rude, or not interested in others without meaning to.
Okay, tick. It's literally my.
Andrew's like, yep, accidentally me.
Yeah. What else?
Finding it hard to say how you feel. Taking things very literally. For example, you may not understand sarcasm or phrases like break a leg.
Yep.
And having the same routine every day and getting very anxious if it changes.
100%. Like if I go to London, I have to stay in more or less the same hotel.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I
if
drive.
Because
I-
you're banned
I-
from the other chains?
No, like if I go to London, like I will stay in the same hotel, even though it's actually very inconvenient because it's a little bit out. Say if I'm doing the
Yeah, if
Comedy
you're
Store.
gigging in like Brighton, you're going to go stay in London in this hotel.
Like for example, like if I'm doing the Comedy Store, I will stay in Chiswick, which is a complete ball ache for the Comedy Store. But to me, no, I know that hotel. I know what I'm getting with that.
Right.
I know the area.
Right.
And I'm comfortable there. And to me, it gives me. So I will only stay in a certain number of hotel brands. I won't stay, no disrespect to it, in a Leonardo hotel. I won't stay in it. They bought juries, didn't they?
Yeah, I was going to say,
Leonardo,
formerly
right?
juries.
Yeah.
Here.
I
in
will. I
Belfast.
will stay in a Hilton. I will stay in a Clayton. I will definitely stay in a Premier Inn. Mostly stay in a Premier
And
Inn.
if any of you would like to sponsor this podcast, get in touch with us.
Definitely stay in a Premier Inn. And I have another hotel in London. So if those four aren't available, I won't do the gigs.
Will you panic?
I won't do the gigs.
You'll panic?
There's others here and some that I've noticed in you.
Oh, this is turning into an intervention.
I'm sorry to have done this.
So this isn't what the main signs, but this is other signs so that you could have. This doesn't necessarily mean it to do. But this one, noticing small details, patterns, smells, or sounds that others do not. That's a big one for you.
Oh yeah.
Like you always notice like small like things and noise that are happening elsewhere.
Yeah. So I've moved house twice because of noise. I can't. So like I know the routine of all my neighbours. If their routine is now, if I notice, I know every car in my estate. I know exactly.
You'd
whose
be a
house
good
it is.
neighbour.
I'm a brilliant neighbour.
And your wee estate is in off the road, so it's not noisy.
I know exactly my neighbours' routines. I know.
You'd know
which
if they
house has
died or
kids.
something.
That sounds creepy.
No, but like I know, I know, to me that's about just knowing like what's going on. Like
Yeah.
I'll run over these last ones quickly. Not understanding social rules, such as not talking over people.
that's me fucked.
Avoiding eye contact.
Avoiding eye contact. Yeah.
Getting too close to other people, or getting very upset if someone touches or gets too close to you.
Oh, touching. If someone touches me, like, unless it's Julie.
Is that maybe just some sort of convent school?
Yeah, you know what it is? I don't know. Like, when you go in the pub and stuff like that, like you're chatting away to people and someone comes up and they grab your arm, and like, it could be say me and Sean, say the four of us could be in a pub and we're all talking, and then Sean kind of like grabs my arm and he's like, "Oh man, look at this!" like that. I'll be like totally fine with it, but I'm like, Sean, but you didn't really need to touch me, though, did you?
Yeah.
But it's nothing personal to him, like.
He just
like,
doesn't know
don't
it's
touch me,
a
like.
personal space is boundary.
But if people like, if I chat away to people and shake their hand, no problem. But it's like, to me, I know this is going to sound weird, but if I meet somebody for the first time and people are very domineering and like people can come up and they can put your hand on your shoulder and pat, to me, that's to me, I hate that stuff because that's like a power move.
Yeah.
I'm above you, I'm patting you like a dog.
Oh, is there somebody that's read like a fucking self-help book and they're
Yeah.
just like, here's what you do?
Yeah,
48 laws
I've-
of power.
I've no interest in any
and
of
I'm
that
like,
bullshit.
I can see
man.
that shit a mile off.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, don't fucking try that shit with me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I'll give you an example. I was doing a gig recently, and this guy after the gig, you guys might have experienced this in the past. I was coming out after the gig, and this lady came up to me. She goes, "Oh, hi Andrew. Just want to say I really enjoyed the gig." And I went, "Oh, thanks very much." She goes, "Oh, I've listened to you some mornings on the radio." And I went, "Oh, thanks very much. Nice to meet you. Lovely to meet you. I appreciate that." So I continue like walking, like I'm like, "Oh, thanks very much. Nice to meet you." And this guy come up and he goes, he put his hand out to shake my hand. He goes, "Andrew, can I shake your hand?" So I turned round and tried to shake his hand, and he pulled his hand away. He was like, like to put me down, you know.
Was he 7?
And then he did it like to me. I thought it was like a power move. Like, I'm gonna do this in front of women, and I'm gonna go over and shake your hand. But when I put my hand out to shake his hand, he's gonna pull away to belittle me. You know what I mean? So he pulled away, and I just straight away went, "Oh, I'd say you're the kind of guy that played minor once in your life, and you've been living off that for the fucking rest of your life."
Very nice.
And the women laughed, right?
Yeah.
Because it was true.
I'd well believe it, yeah.
They laughed, and I went, "But you fucking played county once," I said, "and you've been living off that for the rest of your life."
Yeah.
And they laughed, and when he did, and I went, "There you go," I said.
Yeah. Didn't make
So,
the under-20 squad though, did
I'm
he?
like,
You useless
I'm
bastard.
looking at him going, "Yeah, fucking."
I have a
You know what I
problem
mean?
with a lot-
I mean, I ain't afraid of fucking like.
Yeah.
Why would you?
Why would you bother?
Yeah, because you're trying to look,
Yeah.
and that kind of shit I obsess over. Like,
I don't care what's wrong with you. I'm just here. Yeah.
yeah.
I didn't do fuck all till you. Yeah.
I've had multiple people after a show or after a gig or whatever feel like it's okay. Like they'll come up and introduce themselves and they can't help it and they stick their hands in my hair.
Oh,
And they
what?
just want, they're like, I'm so sorry, I just want to touch your hair.
I
And
get
I'm
that.
like, what do I do?
I have heard complaints of people who are not of this race. And they're just like, hey, people are really obsessed with and I've only ever experienced that when I was in Asia and they have never seen a redhead before.
Yeah.
And I was like,
It's
this is
weird.
weird. People are just like, "Let me
I
touch
find
you."
that baffling.
very,
like,
very weird. And
I mean, I get it because there's not like, I mean, there would be a lot of curly haired girls here in this country. Like, but like, I think they just are so like, if they asked me, I'd probably be like, oh, go for it. And then like, like the tip of it or something. But they just
just a tip.
a tip. Just a tip.
I got
why is that? What? Like, where does that come from?
I don't know. I actually got someone doing that to me a couple of weeks ago, and I was playing in a bar, and there was a bit of a serious thing going on, like where there was like a fight right in front of us. And one of our pieces of equipment got broke.
Oh.
And so, like, I was really stressed, and there was like a whole big scenario going on. Bouncers were over and all, so it was really everybody was sort of hating tensions and stuff. And I was obviously annoyed with everything that went on. Someone came up to me and was like, "Hi, can I just ask you? Can I rub your hair?" And I was like, "Fuck off! Can you not see what's going on here?"
Yeah, I am very tense right now.
Yeah.
That's a weird time to tell somebody you've a fetish. Like,
So the
too dead, but can I just touch your hair there?
my
Madness.
What the fuck?
I know.
my
People have no
version of
boundaries,
that
like.
was after we did the first town hall show when we sold out a big show down in Newry in the town hall, which was a big deal for myself and Leanne. And we did that, and I went across to a bar across the way with my brothers after to have a wee drink just to decompress. And this guy came up to me, who I've known for years and years and years, just pissed drunk. And he went, "Did you do your show tonight?" And I says, "Yeah." He goes, "There's some people coming in, said it wasn't very good." And I just stood up and I went, "Enjoy never doing anything with your life," and walked off.
You serious?
I was like, why did you feel the need to come? I was like,
Yeah.
we
Just
were
to
on a
feel better
real
about
high
yourself.
and enjoying ourselves.
Bit of an insecurity there.
Yeah,
like,
but I
you
was
know
just
what
like,
mean?
enjoy never doing fuck all with your life. I'll see you later
Yeah.
on. And I just, but I've known this guy for years and years and
There's
years.
people like that in my own family. Do you know what I mean? What's it like in America with that kind of stuff? If you like,
have tall
like you're
poppy
trying to
syndrome?
do something in your life. You're trying to go out there and create work and create comedy and entertain people. Like, and then there's people out there. They're just like everything is subjective. So, like, what's it like in America with that kind of stuff? But I imagine the Americans are like, go, Jasmine. You can be who you want to be. You can be president.
Me and Carter syndrome.
In America, it's like keeping up with the Joneses. Like everyone's trying to one up each other. And everyone, like, the whole thing is like, keep going, hustle, 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 hustle. The second you stop, then people are like judgy towards you if you're not doing anything.
Wow.
So it's like the opposite.
Yeah,
That's way harder. What do you mean you quit?
yeah,
I died. That's not good enough.
yeah.
Yeah. Can you imagine me being like, yeah, I had to go back to work. The bills got a bit much. It's like, oh, you fucking loser.
Now
Yeah,
my
but-
family would be very like jokey, like they'll like, but that's just how we talk to each other. Like we would make fun of each other, and that's like our love language almost. It's like, oh, okay, well, like they don't give. If I could do the most successful thing, and if they make fun of it, then I know that they're game and they are about it, or they'd be like, oh, it's great.
Yeah.
Then that's
I'd be talking to my dad whenever I was doing comedy full time, and he was like, "Are you working yet?"
yeah.
I was like, "Yeah, I'm flat out." And he was like, "No, but like proper work." I goes, "This pays more. I've had proper jobs. This is way better."
I was at an event many years ago. I'm not going to give it away too much, but I was at this event and somebody came up to me. And now bear in mind, like, you know, they go, "Do you still do that comedy thing?"
Oh,
I think
my
you told me
gosh.
about this.
I just looked at him and I went, "Yeah." I can't remember what I said, but I think I said something like, "Yeah, a bit here and a bit whatever." Like just I'm not even engaging.
Entertaining it.
I'm just like, yeah. What do you do? Or like, you know, I just went, you know what? Jerry Seinfeld, you know, in Jerry Seinfeld's documentary that he did years ago called The Comedian, I think it was about 20 years ago.
Yes.
He said something, or was it in Comedian, or was it in an interview? I can't remember what he said. You put me in a room with 100 people and you tell me that there's a comedian in the room, a Danish comedian or something, and I can find that comedian within 60 seconds. Because they'll be the one just outside the group, looking in, looking around, not fully comfortable, maybe polite, but just they're present. They're there, but they're not present. They're just always looking.
It's
always
called
on the outside.
observational comedy for a reason.
Yeah.
We've been fucking
And he
observing.
said, and you will go and spend that night with that person because that's the only one you can connect with.
Oh.
It's weird, isn't it?
Maybe that's a
Yeah.
spectrum thing then, is it? Well, one of the reasons I love doing comedy is because you guys all make me feel really normal, so it's good.
Yeah.
Aye.
I don't know. It's strange, but hey, we're all sick.
Enjoy it. Monetize it.
Everyone is sick.
Aye.
We've seen your pillbox. We know you're not well.
Hey. What? Am I sick or am I have to close this podcast off?
Insane
Right.
in the membrane.
Yeah. Listen, Jasmine and Darren joined us today on Cork and the Rock podcast. Jasmine, socials,
Jazz S Speaks on all social media.
and you've got a big gig coming up next week. Is that right?
Yes, May 9th at Ulster Sports Club.
Raising money for
My passport.
Jasmine needs to stay in the country, right? Aaron McCann is moving to New York. We're doing a trade. This is our draft. Okay? So we're going to support Jasmine to stay. She's a big part of the comedy community here. And it's important that we get behind her and to keep her here. She's a very, very good, valued member of society in Antrim. And they need that. They need those people. Darren, what are you up to? What are you doing? What's going on in Newry?
Darren Matthews, comedian, upcoming shows, monthly gig in the Sunflower Comedy Club last Sunday of every month. I'm doing 2 shows in the Grand Opera House, 10th and 11th of May in the studio series.
Check you out.
Thank you. And I know
Someone's
you're
doing all right.
well, I'm trying to quit my job.
Someone's doing all right.
And then May 17th is the next Newry Town Hall.
Oh, Newry Town Hall. If you're listening to this and you're down Newry, go to the Newry Town Hall. They're doing great stuff down there, bringing comedy to the masses because God knows Newry needs a laugh. Should I have said that?
Here, look, we've got 2 counties. We should have had at least one good comedy club. So
Anyway, listen, don't forget the Doyen Pub, Cork 25 for 25% off your food. Wednesday to Saturday, and also the Patreon, £3 a month. Thank you very much. Listen, big thanks to the guys for coming in, having a chat this week. Go over to the Patreon. We have a chat with Jasmine over on the Patreon as well. Okay, see you soon. See you next week. Yeah, I think that.